everyone? Hope we're all doing well. I'm not doing well because Alex Pereira just put out a tweet and it's quite concerning, and he even teased retirement. And it seems as though he's had a falling out with the UFC, and the only thing I can say, UFC, please sort this shit out ASAP. So in this tweet, Alex Pereira says, I always answered the UFC's calls, but if they want to play with me, we can do that. I've never spoken poorly of the UFC, but with what I've just heard, I'm disheartened. I've already had thoughts of not fighting anymore, and after what was just relayed to me, this may be the start. And honestly, this is fucking crushing, and I'm hoping that he has been hacked and someone is just chatting bollocks to all of us. But unfortunately, I believe that isn't the case. Now, I'm going to assume that we're going to find out what the reasoning is to why he's had this falling out of the UFC and why it's disheartened him with what they've said to him. The only thing I can speculate is the fact that maybe they haven't given him the rematch with Magomed Ankalaev. And I am going to speculate a few things what it could be, but let's just talk about him maybe being passed up on the opportunity to have a rematch with Ankalaev, because that was the first thing that I started to think of after I saw this tweet. I was like, well, what the fuck have the UFC done in order to piss off Alex Pereira to the point where he's going to stop being a company man and tweet about this? And yeah, I was thinking, yeah, the rematch with Ankalaev, because that was the first time he lost in the light heavyweight division, the second time he lost in the UFC, and it was a very close and competitive fight. And if that is the case, well, yeah, I wouldn't blame Alex Pereira, because how many times has this man saved the UFC when it comes to short notice pay-per-views? This isn't just like saving a fight night card, but no one really gives a shit about what's happening in the Apex. These are fucking pay-per-view cards, what people have to pay $80 to fucking witness, and he comes in, big name, you know what you're getting with Alex Pereira, saved the biggest card of all time of UFC 300. If they can't give him a rematch after a competitive fight, after having multiple title defenses in that light heavyweight division, I would understand the frustration from Alex Pereira. Now, the next things that I started to speculate is whether they've blocked a move from Alex Pereira potentially going up to the heavyweight division. I mean, as we all know, Alex Pereira over the past year, I would say, has been teasing a move to the heavyweight division, saying he would like to go to the heavyweight division, test his skills out in the heavyweight division, see how he gets on in the heavyweight division, and potentially become the first ever triple champ in UFC history. And to add more to that, maybe he thinks he's cleared out the light heavyweight division other than Ankalaev, of course. Maybe he's like, yeah, I haven't got any more motivation to want to stay in the light heavyweight division. What do I do with my title back? And then I'm kind of stuck again. Who have I got to fight? A rematch of Jan Blachowicz or a fight of Carlos Ulberg? A trilogy with Ankalaev? There isn't many fresh options for him in that light heavyweight division. So maybe he's like, yeah, well, I want to move up to the heavyweight division. I haven't got much left to do in the light heavyweight division, even if I am able to win the title back. And maybe the UFC have said, nah, we can't allow you to do that because maybe because the UFC is scared of him losing at heavyweight, whatever it may be. Maybe they've said, yeah, you're not moving to the heavyweight division, you're staying at light heavyweight, and this has caused a reaction from Alex Pereira. And the next point that I speculate, he kind of ties in with the last point as well, because it's to do with the heavyweight division. Well, kind of. It's to do with Jon Jones. We know that Jon Jones has been very fond of this matchup with Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira would be stupid not to be fond of this, because it would be a big fucking payday. He would make a load of money. Both men want it. Maybe the UFC, maybe he's asked to be Jon Jones, a fight with Jon Jones. Jon Jones put out an Instagram post not long ago saying, pretty much teasing more, another fight is on the way. Maybe he thought, oh, well, maybe we can get Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. And UFC were like, yeah, we're not doing that, because if Jon Jones wins and retires, well, then they've just ruined a star within Alex Pereira. So then maybe the UFC has said, nah, we're not going to give Jon Jones to you, Alex Pereira, and this has pissed off Alex Pereira, because again, this will be a big payday. And I say that point ties in with the second point about heavyweight, because obviously Jon Jones is a heavyweight, but who knows, maybe that fight would happen in the light heavyweight division, because with Jon Jones, we don't know if he's going to go back down to light heavyweight, whether he's going to stay at heavyweight because he wants to avoid Tom Aspinall, whatever it may be. But either way, the UFC aren't getting on with Alex Pereira right now. And unfortunately, this falling out has caused him to say, oh, well, I may have to start my journey of retirement, no longer fighting anymore. And let's be honest, no true MMA MMA fan wants to see Alex Pereira retire. I know he's getting there in age and it's going to happen within the next few years, but right now we do not want to see Alex Pereira retire. I mean, this man has been here for such a short period of time. I believe he signed with the UFC only what, 3 maybe 4 years ago, not that long, and the amount of impact he's had on the sport and the UFC in general is absolutely crazy. The amount of bangers he's gave to us, the amount of finishes he's been able to bring to us. You know, I feel like not many champions nowadays are known for finishing opponents, while he was a perfect example of a champion who could finish opponents, and he was a star for the UFC who saved their arse multiple times. And because I'm a nosy bastard, I do want to know what the reason is to why they've fallen out, but at the end of the day, I just want both of them to make up, kiss and hug and make up, because I want to see more Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira makes the UFC product much better, and at the moment the product from the UFC hasn't been that great, so I'm hoping they can fix their relationship and we can continue to see Alex Pereira fight. But there we have it, guys. Alex Pereira is not happy and considered retirement, but what do you guys think? What do you reckon the reason is? Let me know, speculate in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.